It's a beautiful night.
I mean, what is there in Vancouver other than crime, fraud, prostitution, hockey, beer, and icky bicky? What? And they love Lululemon, and they love yoga, and they go skiing, and they go hiking on the Grouse Grind, and they go running in Pacific Spirit Park, and they go bicycling around the seawall, and they go, well, that's about all I know they go do. I'm out in the world every single day. I have never had anybody stand aside, hold a door for me, offer anything, ask me anything, acknowledge that I even exist. Never, never, never. They run from one end of the city to the other in running shoes every day. I haven't been asked directions. I haven't been asked if I'm alive. I haven't been asked anything by any Canadian people. And so I evidently am utterly effing invisible to all Canadians. And you know what? That is perfectly fine with me.
But you're Canadian.
Not really. I'm not part of that type of thing. I was not raised that way. Yeah. I think they mainly do. They drive their car, which is probably a 4x4 or something. They live in a suburb. They have ICBC and they some kind of whine about that because they've had a car wreck or they've gotten screwed over. Okay, they got that icky bicky. And they have an opinion about some kind of beer and what's happened to beer and how much beer.
What about lawyers?
Yeah, what about them? They really are disgusting. They just screwed me over. I'm certainly going to stay wary of them. Well, they've ended my career.
Oh.
Really, for all intents and purposes. I will never be able to find employment again in this city. So, they forced me into involuntary early retirement, I suppose. I have no education, so not really qualified to be a dishwasher.
I think you're being too hard on yourself.
I don't have anything else that I can sell in Vancouver. I can do phone sex.
Would you?
Never. If I'm not going to have sex, I'm certainly not going to do phone sex.
I don't think there's much money in phone sex. It's better you have sex.
Why?
For like a couple $100, it's not bad.
What does?
Like, if I were you, I would do it.
Do what?
I would sell my body.
Fuck off. I'm never going to sell my body. Would you sell your body?
Yes. If I could. Not to men, though. Well, I'm just saying.
I don't even like to go to the beach. No.
Really?
No, I burn anyway. I never go to the beach. I haven't gone to the beach in Vancouver since the 60s. With clothes off. But I want to run around in something that looks like my underwear. People with their towels. Men are just dogs. They phone up like escort agencies to book hookers. And then they change their mind, right? Because it only takes them 20 seconds of talking to a female. And, that's all they need.
They get off?
Yeah, they're just over at home playing with themselves.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What about phone sex?
They get phone sex for free that way.
Well, why don't you do phone sex?
I would never do anything to do with sex. I wouldn't even write about sex if I was a writer.
What about
fiction?
At like 10 cents a page?
Never. I'm not interested. Sex? No, I'd write about murder before I'd write about sex.
Really?
Of course. Of course.
So you prefer the act of murder to the act of sex?
Nobody's going to get fucked up the ass.
No likey?
Mm-mm.
Never again.
No likey. Sure, it's men's fatal flaw. All the great stories of how men are undone is because of something involving their penis. Makes absolutely no difference to women unless someone has like infantile penile development.
Like what? Have you ever seen one like that?
Yes.
How big was it?
Tiny.
What did you do with it?
I mean, what is there in Vancouver other than crime, fraud, prostitution, hockey, beer, and icky bicky? What?
I lost my keno. Us pull tabs. Lost the meat drop. Can't feel my legs.